Hello and welcome back to the RPS sessions. This is Matthew. You are joining us here at EGX Res 2019, where we are showing you some of the most exciting demos from the show floor. And next up is something I'm incredibly excited about. It is Rad from Double Fine. And we are joined by Greg from Double Fine. How are you doing?
Doing good. Thanks for having us.
So thank you for joining us. We're just going to jump in and see what Rad is all about.
Let's do it. Yes, yes.
So what have we got here? Like, people are, this is relatively new. You've only just announced it.
We did, just at GDC a week and a half ago, and brought it to PAX, and now here. Yeah, so it's exciting because I don't really know what we're going to have here. It's different every time.
Oh, right, that's exciting.
Yeah, so it's a 3D action roguelike, and it's procedural, highly procedural, so it's different every time you play it. Here you're picking your kind of style for your character.
Any recommendations?
I mean, it's whatever speaks to you.
Well, I think I'm a thrasher at heart.
You seem like a Mohawk kind of guy, for sure. So that doesn't really have an effect on anything other than kind of just your persona. You'll see right down there it says no quirk, so that's kind of our way that we've put in a little bit of variability to your starting loadout. So later in the game there are ways to basically be able to have kind of like starting loadout where maybe you're stronger but you start with less hearts or things like that. But yeah, you're jumping in here with kind of a fresh character. So yeah, like I said, everything you see is procedural and built randomly on the fly and different every time you play. It's a post-apocalyptic game where there's been two apocalypses, one in the 80s and another kind of in the distant future. And it's left the world kind of in ruin. Don't go in there.
Don't go in the grave.
That hurts. Yeah, that's toxic slime, man.
Off to a great start.
So yeah, you'll see one of the main things here in the mechanics is that you're kind of leaving this path of beauty behind you and bringing the world back to life as you run through it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but in doing so, you're constantly absorbing that radiation and eventually mutating.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, so some of these little things like these plants will kind of bring a little bit more life and give you a little bit of that mutation, but mostly defeating the enemies is your main path towards mutating. It's a tricky game too, so I'll try not to talk too much. You'll die for sure. Yeah.
Oh, good. So I've got giant spikes coming out of my tummy.
You do. That's called prickly. So that's your first mutation. That's on your right bumper now. You can kind of shoot those out as a more powerful melee attack. Oh, right. And they'll grow back here over time too.
But they're randomized, like what your mutations are?
Yeah. So they're different every time you play. Yeah, you've kind of figured out a little bit of your base move set, which is your bat is your main ability that you start with every time. It's got a kind of a 3-hit combo. You can also hold X and charge that up for kind of a spin attack. Oh gosh, you're low on health. Be careful.
Oh yeah, sorry, I wasn't keeping it. That's because I knew I'd regret running into the obviously dangerous toxic.
You're down.
Am I already dead?
That's the game, man. It's gonna happen.
Thanks for playing. Well, that's the end of the stream. No, let's carry on. Let's give that another go. 1 minute 55.
Yeah. Well, so the nice thing is every time you start over, it's a whole new world. So
I'll see if I get better with Slim Jam this time.
Yeah. There you go. You feel this one a little more.
Yeah. He looks a bit more nervous to be facing the apocalypse. Kind of have a better mindset for it.
All right, so you'll see right away, brand new climate. It's got climate system, day-night system, weather system. So before you run in, let's just show you some of your main moves. So X is a triple hit. There you go. If you hold it down, you've got that charge attack. If you jump and then hit X, you do a jump kick, which is pretty powerful. If you jump and hit Y, that's ground pound.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then if you hit jump and your bat at the same time, you do kind of a lunging attack as well. Hit them simultaneously.
Oh, so...
Yeah, there you go. Oh,
I see.
Yep. Now you got some moves.
Oh, that's it.
And then I guess the other big thing would be left bumper is your roll, which is nice for these green guys to kind of evade their little leaping attack. Yeah. Here you go. Yeah. Now you're feeling it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I may last longer than 1 minute 55.
Well, and you get a new mutation too, so that's what's interesting about the game is they're all really different. So, like you said, you had prickly there. It's kind of a stronger, slightly larger melee attack, but there are ranged attacks. There's some things that are not offensive at all. So it really is this interesting thing where, yeah, home slice.
Home slice.
Yeah. So this guy, if you hit right bumper, you'll pinch him off. And he becomes a little turret. He'd shoot guys if they're around. Oh, and then you can hit right bumper again to remote detonate.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So yeah, it really forces you to play the game in different ways and kind of deal with this imperfect set of tools and figure out how to best use what you have to survive.
Are they all beneficial? Like, could you get? Are there any like negative mutations or?
We experimented with that a little bit, and people kind of hated it.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
there's some stuff that's left in that isn't the most helpful, but most of the mutations themselves are beneficial. They just kind of had different behaviors. So some of them are, like I said, more offensive kind of attacks, be it ranged or melee, but some of them are more passive things, like there's little dust clouds that you can kind of fart out that slow enemies down in the space around them.
Oh no.
Yeah, be careful. Make sure you use your home slice too. He's pretty powerful. And he also will kind of distract enemies, which is helpful. Yeah.
I've got to be past that 155 barrier now.
Mm-hmm. I think you started out stronger. We'll see. Yeah, there's little exploding eyeballs you can aim at enemies as well.
And what's my sort of general aim here? Am I just trying to push towards a certain location, or?
Well, for now, I'd say survive. But yeah, eventually you're looking for these kind of totems around the world that are Mender technology, who are the kind of second wave of folks who've come through. And they've built these giant towers that will unlock your path forward. Oh no! You're surrounded.
Oh,
drop your dude.
Roll.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
That?
You're low on energy.
Yeah.
So enemies will drop health from time to time. And there are other ways to get health too. You'll find health hidden in chests and things. Actually, your path that you're leaving behind you can grow fruit that you can be eaten for
really?
health as well. So we'll keep an eye out for
grow
that.
fruit from your weird sort of shoe mutations.
Yeah.
And do you mutate further than the initial mutation?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's some meat. There you go. Get that.
Nice.
That's some health. Perfect. You're not down to one hit anymore. Yeah, you do. So here, yeah, kill this guy too, and then up there, that little sparkling thing is a fruit.
Oh, I see.
So grab that with Y, and then B to use that.
Oh, nice.
All right, now you're doing better. All right, we're safe. That's a key that just dropped out of that guy down there.
Oh, yeah.
And a little bit of cash, too. So the cassettes are your cash, the floppy's your key. And actually, head back the way you were going, across that bridge, and there's one of the first towers is actually right here. I can see it on the map. Yeah, that little face totem thing.
Oh, yeah.
Those are what you're looking for. So stand in front of it on that panel. Yeah.
Nice.
Hold Y. So yeah, as far as mutations, basically that bar at the top that's filling up is your mutation meter, your rad meter.
Right.
And once that fills, you'll mutate, which is how you get your first mutation. And from that point on, either you'll get a new mutation in a new slot, or you can have your existing mutations mutate as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that adds a lot of variety because one, the mutations kind of pair with each other. There's another fruit back there too. Then you'll have full health. Be ready to go. So yeah, mutations can combo with each other. So sometimes you'll get things that kind of work together in tandem. But also, yeah, your mutations can upgrade and they branch as well. So
right.
All the mutations have kind of various states and forms that'll happen throughout the game.
Are there any mutations which are like, absolutely like, oh, this mutation at last, they've got this one, like
Sure.
the one that everyone wants when they're testing the game?
Yeah, it's kind of different for everybody, I guess, which is nice. Yeah, I tend to like the ranged stuff, just to be able to kind of dance around enemies a little bit. But yeah, I mean, there's enemies dodge that as well, so there's strengths and weaknesses to everything. And some of them, like, you might get a fireball arm that shoots fire, but then there's fire enemies that are vulnerable to the fire too. So you never really know, and you're kind of always forced into these situations where you just have to deal with what you've got.
I want to mutate some more.
Starting to comb through this area. If you hit right on the D-pad, it'll pop out your map. So it looks like that kind of upper right area might be where we need to explore a little bit more. You can hit it again and pop it back down.
Yeah. So, like, you know, obviously, I know there are a lot of kind of teams and kind of creators within Double Fine. Who does this sort of come from? Like, who's behind this?
So this is about 2/3 of the team is working on Psychonauts 2 right now.
Yeah.
The other third is on this project. So it's a little smaller project, and it's made up of a lot of the folks who made Headlander, including the project lead. So Lee Petty was the project lead on Headlander and stacking
Oh, cool.
internally.
I love stacking.
Yeah, I do too. It's one of my favorites that we've done. So he has some weird issue with body dysmorphia, I guess, in all of his games.
Actually, you can see the natural through line there.
I think pop down to the right a little bit. It's always hard because, again, it's different level every time, so I'm not actually sure where to go. But yeah, and then he was also the art director on Brutal Legend and Broken Age as well. So he knows how to make a beautiful game, and he's been around for a long time. Before Double Fine, he was at Crystal Dynamics and worked on Soul Reaver games too.
Right.
So he's a pro. We love Lee, and he's been working on this for a couple years now. So yeah, it's new to us. A lot of our stuff recently we've been very public with and talking about all through development, like Psychonauts we've been talking about for 3 years. So it's been fun to have a game like this that we're kind of working on in secret and polishing up to where once it's out and we're showing it, it's actually pretty far along. We are launching very soon a closed beta on PC in just a week or two. So,
oh, right, wow.
People can already sign up for that at radclosedbeta.com. And they'll get notification once that thing goes live.
So are we looking for another totem here?
Yeah, one more. So you see up at the top right, it says 1 out of 2. So that was the boss door that you just got to. The totem was kind of has a giant laser that points at that. But there's one more somewhere in the world, and there it is, right there. You're going to get bombarded by bats here. Ah! Oh, don't fall.
Come on, Home
there
Slice.
You go. Home Slice.
Do your thing.
And you're getting to where you're almost leveled up again. So there may be something to say about kind of scouring the world to see if you can kill a few more guys and get your second mutation before the boss. But the boss door is now open.
Is the boss going to murder me horribly? Is it going to be really embarrassing?
Well, I mean, it is nice they have the home slice. You can kind of distract him and hit him from behind. But I might head up first and see if there's enough enemies to get another mutation. And that actually is a good spot to do it. So those are little underground passages. So sometimes the procedural world will build little islands off the coasts, and those kind of connect you underground.
I love this jumping whack.
Yeah, it's nice. You can see there's enemies up there too.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Let's go and give him a good old whack. Oh no!
Got a key right there. He dropped a key. You've got
what
a few of those
what
now.
are you using the keys for?
There's chests that are hidden around, and they mostly have items in them. So there's orange chests that take a single key that would usually have health potions, sometimes cash as well.
Right.
But then there's also purple rarer chests that take 2 keys, and they have kind of more interesting, unique items in them. As well. So yeah, you're stocked up if you can find some. There's a couple enemies up there. Those red things are hidden, buried enemies. Boom.
Oh, please let me mutate. Come on. One more mutate.
You're very close.
If I go into this passage, we might do that down there.
You should. Yeah. And you have a lot of cassette tapes too, and a lot of the passages have stores in them, which is where you use those. So that's your currency by stuff, which looks like one is right here.
I wouldn't be caught dead in there.
So that's a health pack.
The shops were run by the Cathode
Yeah,
Raiders,
not quite enough for
who
that.
were way
Double
into
tapes, tape
artifacts
double.
long before
Oh, I
3
wish.
aspect
I'd
ratio.
buy that. Well, actually, you have a health. I guess there wouldn't be a purpose to buy it because you can only carry one thing at one time. So you save your cash. Maybe there'll be another store later. We need some enemies, though.
Yeah.
Just a few.
Guess that's the challenge of demoing things with random procedural.
Well, otherwise we would have probably mutated during the boss, which is always kind of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of forced...
Oh, yes.
There you go.
Mutation leveled up.
All right, so instead of getting a new mutation, you leveled your home slice, which it looks like he had a split shot there.
So do I have the choice to do that, or is that is it a random occurrence?
Yeah, it's randomized, so you never really
home
know.
slice is now super powerful.
Yeah, it looks like he shot kind of a spread shot.
Should I go let's go and tackle that boss.
Yeah, well, now you could use your health pack, and then you'd be able to buy... Oh, yeah. Got to min-max this thing.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And there would be an exit here somewhere that would take you up to a roof. Actually, you might want to check, because a lot of times those islands have some good stuff on them. Could be like a treasure chest out there. We'll see. Yeah, but it's been really fun showing it off at events like this because it is so different every time. So you're not just watching, ooh, there, go up there, that'll be an internal mutation machine. This is nice. So you don't really know what to expect. It's different every time. It's not like you're just seeing people hammer over the same thing over and over again. Fireheart, yes. So this is what we call an internal mutation. Instead of being something that's you know, physically represented on your body and like a active ability, it's something that's more passive. So in this case, you got a Fireheart. So if a fire enemy were able to hit you, it would take that heart instead of your other heart, and then that will regenerate over time too, which is kind of nice. I think right there, bash that wall. Yeah, hidden secrets.
That's what
there you
want.
go.
Unlocked.
That could be something good. All right. Yeah, so that's if you die, all your tapes are saved for your next run, which is handy. Yeah, because typical roguelike fashion, if you were to die now, you, as last time, would be back to the beginning, no mutations, and kind of lose all the progress that you had.
Yeah.
And that's not entirely true. There are certain things that persist. If you go up and left, it looks like there might be one room that didn't get explored too.
Yeah. Squeeze every last drop bomb.
Yeah, up to the
left.
left.
Right.
Yeah. The one thing that's missing from this demo is you start in kind of a town full of NPC characters that you can talk to, and that's where a lot of the more persistent stuff happens in the game. So things like being able to bank all of your tapes for future runs, stores that have bats that have different properties than your starting bat did. I didn't see, what did he say when you talked to him?
She said whack the antenna.
Sure, it might be if you climb up those TVs there. There you go.
That looks right. Oh, I like the music.
A few whacks. Might need it a few
whacks.
times. Yeah, the music's great. So it's David Earl who did the music for Headlander, and he did a lot of music for this game, and it's procedural as well. So every level has multiple versions of it, multiple different tracks that could play, and it's also you know, dependent on how much action is happening and things like that. Cool. I think now you're probably pretty well stocked. So actually, if you stand on that little platform, you can teleport back.
Oh, back, right.
Yeah,
Let's go. I'm going to do this, boss. I'm going to not humiliate myself.
All right.
Oh, is that another
And
store?
there is a store there. Yeah, you might be able to buy something else.
Fire attacks.
That's super duper potion. Well, nope, don't have enough for any of that stuff.
That's all right.
All right, you have to deal.
In we go.
The Menders hid their worst mistakes behind those doors.
And you do have one health potion if you get hit in there.
Okay.
You should use that.
Any tips for the boss, or is it just
It's random, so I don't know what you're going to get. I would say take out the little guys first and make sure you use your home slice.
Oh, nuts.
And roll around.
Come on,
They will
slice.
hit him, but I
spray.
feel like for a boss it's better as a kind of a distraction tool than anything. Use your health. Yeah, you did. And then a lot of the times the boss arenas have those chests in them as well, so it's good to save a key, which you happen to do, because there's probably a health pack in there. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like also the...
oh, nuts! Oh, no, this is...
So go try to grab that health potion. I don't know if you got it.
From the chest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did.
Did you? Did you already get it and use it?
Oh,
no, yeah, it's laying right there. Hit Y. Yeah.
Juicy.
All right.
Juicy.
Nice. He dropped meat too.
Oh, that was just stupid. Who jumps into something like that?
Be
Come
careful.
Meat.
Meat.
Walking around money.
Walking around money. Yeah, everything in the game has like multiple versions of the lions to try and keep adding to that kind of random procedural nature. Go get that meat up there.
Oh.
Get that meat. Oh,
Oh.
So close.
Death by land louse. Story of my life. Story of my life? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, who knows. Well, that is awesome. Thank you so much for talking me through Rad. Sorry that I couldn't end with a glorious victory.
You'll have to come back by the booth.
Yeah, absolutely.